Okay, so today we have Kraftwerk in the model. I asked in a previous reaction if I should react to Kraftwerk's, German work or their English version, and more people said to do the English one, which is, pretty cool. So let's get into this one today. Actually, first, with Kraftwerk, I've been interested in this band for a while now, and just to listen to one of their songs, and finally here we are today. And the feedback was pretty good from when I said, what should I react to, whatever. So here we go, Kraftwerk, the model. Let's just get into it. God, I love the model by Kraftwerk, like I usually say at the end of a song. I have to say, I just love, I've come to love, from this channel, basically, synth pop. I mean, it's, obviously from the late 70s, early 80s kind of thing. And it's just, I don't know, I never knew, that I would love the sound. But again, you have to also, put into, factor in that this was such a different sound, especially, for a band coming from Germany. I can imagine people hearing this in the States or in America, whatever. And I saw that this was the band's only #1 UK hit. Yeah, I said that right. And it's just so, obviously it did pretty well, I guess. But yeah, I just, that sound was just so, I get so new. And again, it just still sounds so futuristic, so fresh today, which I just love. It's over 40 years later. It's just like, it's timeless. There's a good word. And I mean, it's just, for a song, just about a model, basically, I guess, from a photographer's point of view, talking about a model who basically got big. And I like how at the end he says, I'd like to meet her again. So I, just for a song, I would say, a simple kind of, lyrics anyway, lyricism, but just again, the synths. And I mean, I have to go through here on the the personnel, which again, I don't know, I had a hard time, I guess, finding who did what on the song for some reason, probably just on me. But again, Ralf Hutter, I want to say, on vocals here, and again, he's on the it says the keyboards, production, of course, syntharoma, synthesizer, vocoder. This is for the whole album, actually, for the Man Machine. My goodness. Florian Schneider, I want to say Florian is how we'd say. Electronics, synthesizer, vocoder, Votrax. Karl Bartos on electronic drums, and also Wolfgang Fleur on electronic drums. I think it would be Fleur, perhaps. Anyway, but this band, I mean, I just, again, I want to, stress that, this sound is so, like I said, so fresh, so good, with how, Ralph's voice, again, Ralph's voice, it's not overpowering or anything, he's kind of just, he's almost kind of talking in a way, but, there's no, like, he's not really standing the test of time with his vocals, but it's just so, melodic. It's just so, it just sounds so free. I mean, if that makes sense, it just sounds so, I mean, it fits very well with the music. The music more speaks for itself over the voice. And, yeah, I see as well that Florian Schneider passed away in 2020 from cancer. So at the age of 73, who was, again, it says here, known as one of the founding members and leaders of the electronic band Kraftwerk. He departed the band in 2008, but of course he was, a big member until his departure, and then he passed away. But with Ralf Hutter, I mean, like I said, his voice is just, I mean, such a good voice for this band. Not, I mean, I guess some might say, plain or whatever, but it's just, it fits with the song anyway. I mean, I haven't heard him sing on anything else, but yeah. So obviously, just electronic stuff all over the place. Synth pop brilliance, and I mean, it's just, I can't say enough how I just love this kind of style, and red was a good color to wear today for this song. Anyway, from the album cover and everything else. Anyway, so I am on Genius. There was a little about. It says track 4 of the Man Machine album. This song is part of the synth pop compositions from Kraftwerk when they don't make non-conventional electronic music without lyrics. It was also originally written in German under the name Das Model, like I think I said earlier. Anyway, the lyrics are about a man who's interested in a model who becomes famous. So, I mean, again, that whole thing of like, I used to know you, now you're famous. Can I see you again? So looking at some of the lyrics here, and again, it's just, I just love how kind of, to the point they are, she's a model and she's looking good. I almost said it in his cadence, but I don't know why. It's just in my head now. She's a model and she's looking good. I'd like to take her home. That's understood. She plays hard to get. She smiles from time to time. It only takes a camera to change her mind. Of course, again, being a model, the camera, you got to work the camera. She's going out to nightclubs, drinking just champagne, and she has been checking nearly all the men. She's playing her game, and you can hear them say, she's looking good for beauty, we will pay. So again, there are some annotations here on Genius, of course, because again, the song's huge. So of course it will be. So with the second verse, it says, as she gets popular, the model goes to nightclubs where she meets other men, perhaps men that she prefers to the narrator. And then we go on with the third verse, which is the last verse. She's posing for consumer products now and then. For every camera, she gives the best she can. So, of course, she's being the best model she can. I saw her on the cover of a magazine. Now she's a big success. I want to meet her again. So, again, just these 3 verses, kind of, just, again, is kind of just plain and simple lyricism. But just, I don't know, the song is just so, it's such a powerful song. I mean, again, with the music, and I just love Ralph's cadence. It's just, I don't know, I can't stress enough how much I just enjoyed this. Again, from 1978, the sound was, I mean, I can imagine how foreign it must have sounded to some people anyway. But also, I am on Song Facts as well, because again, there's a little bit more information, whatever. So it says the song was inspired by the models who worked at the Bagel nightclub in Cologne. I like the Bagel, my goodness. It is the story of a high fashion model as she gets through her busy day. It goes on. This was Kraftwerk's only #1 UK hit. Like I said, it was the first German record to top the UK chart and was followed within the next few months by two more chart-topping German acts, the Goombay Dance Band and Nicole. It also says it could be argued that Boney M, who had some UK #1s in the late 1970s, were German, but none of the female members of the group were German-born. So there you go. And again, Boney M, I mean, Rasputin, just always going to be a bop. It goes on again, one more thing. The song first appeared on Kraftwerk's 1978 album, The Man Machine. It was also the B-side of Neon Lights, but the German DJs preferred the model over Das Model. At the time, the song made no impact outside of Germany. In the UK, it was released 3 years later as a double A-side along with Computer Love, and again, this was mainly the track the DJs played. So I guess, the song, like I said, it didn't have too much traction, but I guess, for the people who have, who heard it and not, who weren't just German, I can imagine that the people are like, what is this? But I like that, now it's looked back upon with, with fondness, and, people like it. I guess, obviously, it's a popular one now. It might not have been when it was released, but it's gone on to have success, obviously. And this band, just looking up, stuff about the band, trying, because I wanted to see interviews and such, and how, you would say their names with Ralf Hutter and such. And I guess from what I learned from an interviewer, they haven't done an in-person interview since 1978, from what she said anyway, this interviewer, and that they have like robots or whatever, and I get, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so interesting, it's just so cool, and also, the robots perform on the stage. I guess, I don't know if it's been 1978 since the band has been, in person or something too, but it's just such a, I was gonna say weird, but it's not weird or odd, because again, it's just so, they're a one-of-a-kind band, I guess is what I could say. And I just love, it's so intriguing and so interesting. And I mean, again, it's just, I'm happy I finally got to Kraftwerk here, and just that, that one-of-a-kind sound, and Ralph's just, again, those vocals that only he could really perform, and you could stay captivated. So anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. I'm dying in here. It's hot as heck, and it's 5:22 in the morning, but I said, why not do a Kraftwerk reaction? So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support, and for the feedback of from when I asked what Kraftwerk version should I do, German or English, and you guys you said what you said, and I'm happy that people answered the question honestly, because I didn't know if people would watch till the end of the video to hear it or not. But anyway, that's always nice to hear that people care. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here finally. So thanks for the support, liking, subscribing, like I already said. Really appreciate everything, and I will talk to you guys again soon.